All right. You've talked a little bit about your family background, your own youth, your wife's youth, and your early experiences up through about the Second World War and some of the chemical work you did. Let's pick up your life following. You indicated your life really begins after 1939, your marriage, and then, of course, the war. And what, as the war wound down, what happened in your life?
Well, as the war wound down, Calunite got word from its parent corporation, Oland Corporation. Incidentally, Calunite was extremely successful in extracting alumina, the aluminum oxide, from clay. And to this day, all that work that we did in the pilot plant is in the Oland Corporation archives and can be used to establish another plant. The reason that Calunite closed down after the war is that although we brought the price of alumina down so where it was competitive with that produced by Alcoa and Reynolds, in the meantime, Alcoa and Reynolds had been working, their chemists, so that they actually found it profitable to rework the tailings from Alcoa plants and produce aluminum from the tailings as well as the ore. Well, it brought it down. At that time, the price of aluminum was 14 cents a pound. Alcoa brought it down to 6 cents a pound, which we couldn't compete with, and so Calunite folded after the war. Well, I was going to go to work with oil chemistry if I couldn't find anything better, and then I found out that up in Malad, Idaho, they wanted a chemistry teacher, and they were willing to take uncertified people if they could get a person who was prepared in chemistry. And at the same time, Maureen became very ill, and we couldn't find anybody to come and help us. We'd had help earlier in Maureen's pregnancies because she was always tending to be quite ill. But at that time, the war, there was just nobody. We advertised, went word of mouth around, couldn't find anybody. So Maureen's mother suggested at the same time that she come up and that she would take care of her. She couldn't very well leave the farm up there, and my father-in-law at his place.
I'd like, if you would, during those very formative years for the Department and College of Education, what major changes did you see? As you look back on those almost 30 years in the department, what are the major changes that came to it? And its role in the university, its philosophies, its programs, its number of students, those kinds of things.
Well, let me take those one by one. And first of all, 1946, our third child was born in February of 1946. And if Maureen had not been quite so stubborn, the baby would have been born on Valentine's Day. But as it was, she was born 5 minutes after midnight on the 15th.